I think I can live through another part. Publish a new video with Olivia plug. I'm not getting that one. I don't like it. That's the problem. I also don't have any particular affinity for Olivia. Compared to Mango, who I have 2 of. By accident. I didn't mean to buy 2, I just ended up with 2. I love my mangoes. They're so soft and cuddly. I want to rub them on my cheeks. They always get to watch. They're my audience of 2. January 7th. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. It was January 6th in 2020 because that's January 6th in 2020. But in 2019, it would have been. You know what? I give you a lot of shit. What's this guy's author name? I give you a lot of shit, Acco Bracadabra. Acco. But, good on you for looking that up. I don't know, the Olivia one just doesn't strike me. I did get the Fang one. I also got the Frank one, the snake. Because I like that guy. I like Frank the snake. I like snakes. He's got a Siskian color pattern. January 7th. Yeah. 201,000,2019 BC. Full Caldera Bluffs. Weather conditions? Nice and cool. This is my second time living close to the water. Dang, that's clever. I adjust the cuffs of my woodland camo jacket. That doesn't work in an urban setting, Anon. Checking the pockets of my dark blue jeans, making sure I had everything. Everything I had was there before tapping the tips of my vintage sneakers against the floor, pressing my toes further into the black socks. You know, My Immortal introduces this concept terribly. At least this works as a nice clothing introduction, so kudos for you. Up top. Because it feels a little more organic. So hey, I don't know why we're introducing this man's outfit now, but whatever. When will Anon have to do the boulder punching QT? Now that's if he wants to get the physical therapy. Anon, you look like a strong boxer. Would you like to participate in our boulder punching sessions? They'll beef you up faster than you can count to 10. You'll have to tolerate the man who keeps asking for eggs, though. I don't know what his deal is, but he keeps saying it. You will give me an egg. Yeah, I don't get it either. Man, I guess he needs his protein. He is punching a lot of boulders. Says he wants to outdo that other guy. I don't know who he's talking about. Didn't really ask. Don't care. So, Olivia, about that mind control chip. They were hand-me-downs from... Why? Come on, Anon. His hand-me-downs are like decades old. Your parents have money. They were hand-me-downs from Dad, but despite them looking as if they were molded by an animal, they were comfy, built much better than the consumer crap today. That's because you buy shit shoes, Anon. If you buy a proper pair of fucking shoes, they'll last you longer than a week. That's why they're good shoes, because they were good fucking shoes. Loser. Olivia, on the other hand, was wearing her favorite purple hoodie over her t-shirt and dark pants, retro sneakers and white. No, she wears slippers. Come on. Tied with elastic laces, aka no shoelaces. Chris Redfield in 5. Listen, you get a lot of brownie points from me if you punch a boulder. If you want to redeem yourself in my eyes, just make a picture of yourself punching a boulder. That's all you need. All is forgiven. Raptor Jesus knows a man when he sees one. The marine layer was active at the moment, casting the morning mist over the sidewalk as Olivia and I exited through the open door. Mom hugged Olivia and me as Dad stood in the frame with a smile, asking... That should be a colon, because you are elaborating what he's asking. You both know where the school is? Yep, I confirm. Olivia and I already were running around as Mom waved. Have a good first day. I mean, you're like 17 years old. This is a little bit weird. You're like juniors. What the fuck are we doing waving you off? Like, we're kind of treating you like children at this point. Honestly, I'm baffled that they are waved off by both parents. Shouldn't your dad be going to work? Will do, the two of us responded, the door slowly closing as Olivia and I made our way down the sidewalk. I can barely see where I'm going, the baryonyx murmured, steadily wheeling herself beside me. Same. It looks like the morning mist is gonna clear up soon. Olivia paused, squinting her eyes before nodding. You're right. I think I can see 10 feet ahead of us now. You wanna hop on back? I think I can get us to school faster. I shrug. Yeah, sure. Approaching her from behind, I hop on back. Just be careful. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, Olivia, but going fast is really dangerous with limited visibility. Like, I'm pretty sure we're going to break some traffic laws. She immediately sped forward with a push of her arms, tugging at the wheels to instantly accelerate to high speed. Almost fall off the back, claws tightening on the handles as we race down the sidewalk. I don't think I'm ever going to get used to that. Olivia slowed down by the time we crossed the road to check both ways before continuing like a baryonyx-powered e-bike, passing more suburban homes as we rapidly approached the corner. Readying myself, I leaned heavily to the side, squatting my right leg out like a pro motorcyclist as we made the turn, startling a pair of dinosaurs. Briefly, I analyzed them, realizing there were students on the way to Volcano High, indicating that we were definitely on the right tracks. We zipped past, the amount of students and roadside foliage growing as Olivia began to slow down. Crap. Traffic. Olivia murmured as I stepped off the back, ignoring the gaze of a few nearby students as I walked beside my foster sister. Holy shit! Holy shit! You're using alternative nouns. What? What do you mean that I'm forgetting we're working on Care Bear's logic? Oh yeah, they can't get into a traffic accident. Olivia's already crippled, so we can't do that again. And Anon can't get crippled because he's Anon. We're not doing that story where Anon gets a robot hand. Or like a prosthetic. We're not doing that. Olivia murmured as I stepped off back, ignoring the gaze of a few nearby students as I walked beside my foster sister. It doesn't matter. Besides, I checked the time on my phone. We're early. I then look back up, and sure enough, in the distance past the tree line. How the fuck do you see it through the mist? I guess it is clearing up. I could see it. The rectangle-shaped building was no different than I remembered. A few vines growing from its walls, the middle sporting two pillars like a Greek temple surrounded by dull green fields, with a chiseled name over the glass entrance. Volcano High. Is that the school? Yeah, I confirm. Shaking off the surreal days as I continue. I mean, it's been like 20 years, so Anon would be a little bit like, wow, I haven't been in here forever. I haven't been here in like an entire lifetime. Whew. Literally speaking, to an extent. Don't forget that technically Anon is 34, mentally speaking. Or older, if you want to go by real logic. We arrived at the steps, a few students already staring. I recall when I had first arrived, hatefully imagining what they were thinking of me, the only human. No, they were pretty explicit about that. No, that wasn't thought. I don't even know. Either or, it was pretty nasty. But now, thanks to my enhanced hearing, I could actually hear what most of the students were actually saying. Telescopic hearing. I mean, again, it feels like he has a superpower, and I'm supposed to acknowledge it, but it's not acknowledged, this one. It's just a weird gimmick. Meet more. I scrunch my eyes at the last one. Olivia gestures ahead towards... Again, this man was working in a rush. We straight up have missing nouns now. And articles, since there probably would be a the. You're right, school's not even open yet. Then we'll wait. I answer seriously, because waiting is serious business. Sternly scanning this crowd of students. You want to sit down? I blink, turning back to see Olivia pointing towards a very familiar bench. The paint cracked on the rotting wood. No, I'm good. You sure? Oh no, this is senior year, right? I forgot. He was in 11th grade. Hold on. He was in 11th grade, which means he is almost certainly in... Yeah, he's a senior probably. Which almost certainly means... Yeah, which means that, yes, he would probably... No, wait, they're a year before that. We literally established that it's a year before that. He's a sophomore. Which means that the bench is probably good enough. Although he is bigger and heavier with all that muscle. Who knows? You sure? I paused, noticing a leaf flutter close to my snout as I blew it away. A piece of foliage drifting before gently landing on top of the bench. A violent crack was heard before the entire seat fell apart, collapsing into a pile of wooden splinters. I nodded, and Olivia staring wide-eyed at the mess. Yeah. I heard more whispers, now clear looks sent our way as more students passed. Now clearly Again, you're doubling up on verbs in a weird way, as Olivia shifted uncomfortably in a wheelchair. If Volcano High is like one of the very few schools around that has like wheelchair-accessible elevators, I imagine this isn't that weird of a sight. Not any more weird than having a human around. Turning to her, I gestured toward the stairs, a ramp beside the steps. Let's go wait at the entrance. Actually, I'm gonna go and pull up the art. I'm kind of curious about this. we need to look at the CGs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the big overview shot, there is indeed an accessibility ramp. Huh. I always comment on this, but Goodbye Volcano High has no elevator. In Goodbye Volcano High does not have accessibility ramps or anything. If you're in a wheelchair in that world, you're just told to go fuck yourself, I guess. Like, they're the inclusive LGBT crowd, and they didn't even think about that shit. Damn! Admittedly, again, it's probably because they're trying to avoid the situation because the engine doesn't work with anything other than normal people. Should have fucking not done it. It just gets in the way of so much, Jesus. Let's go away to the entrance. Olivia nods, the two of us now going up towards the glass doors. Olivia wheeling herself up the ramp as a few stood to the side to give space, all while gazing as she passed. But Goodbye Volcano High is a nice world for nice people. Whoa, they're supposed to have the whamps. Shit, this was like to go to school at 10 a.m. Sure, this was genuinely worse than the time I'd first come here. Remember the expressions of confusion and contemplation? But at least none of them looked at me like I was a fucking unicorn. Casting a glare at some dumb shit who was sporting the most obvious... Casting a glare at some... Oh, wait. But at least none of them were looking at me like I was a fucking unicorn. Casting a glare at some dipshit who... Why are you... What? These are two different sentences. These should not be in the same one. Because one is Anon denouncing, and then he's What? What, never seen anyone in a fucking wheelchair before? Why don't we get Olivia's viewpoint? This is such a big thing for her. Fuck you, Anon. Get out of my story. Internally sighing, I get my thoughts under control. Again, this is a good thing to italicize to indicate that it's a, I wasn't there to be outraged on Olivia's behalf. Yeah, but you already know she's upset about this. I finally arrive at the top. Dull blue glass obscuring the interior. Turning back to see most of the students finally going on with their own business. And then look at Olivia, Baryonyx peering down with a slight frown, perhaps realizing how different this was going to be from Mrs. Private. It's been a few 500,000 years and they couldn't make the dinos hug. Dang! I'm sorry, Fang. We're gonna have to kill this guy. Damn. Or maybe we play that Fang sound effect where it's like, woohoo! Holy shit, Fang, I didn't know you were stuck cooking. I mean, she isn't anyone, I guess. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Anyway, I gently placed a claw on her shoulders, giving the light squeeze as she peered up. If anything goes wrong, at least we'll be together, I promise. A smile slowly building on her snout as she nodded. I relinquish my claw, slowly moving up to the door to see if I could peek inside and get a status before the door suddenly opened from the left side. Olivia blocked out as I was briefly startled. The opener equally as surprised. Golden eyes wide and crest of orange and stripe. You have one paragraph, Anon. Don't fuck it up. Wait, Nas? Anon! It was Naser. Pterodactyl was already moving past the door, dressed in his proper and gaudy green flower jacket and his black button shirt. A bit different than what I remembered from it, displaying blossoming volcano flowers on his polyester surface rather than the bland red and yellow blooms that I recalled. A big great big joyful smile. At that point, don't include "and" because you're making a point. On his snout as he drew an arm back, swinging it to clap it against my dumbfounded claw and grasping it firmly. Much like I had done to him when you first met him on our table back at Mrs. Private. Whoa, you managed to avoid sounding too gay. Good job. The rest of the school year left to go. When I saw your name on the committee sheet, I could hardly believe it. After Jesus, everything was happening too quickly as I finally recovered. Just barely peeking at Olivia to see her silver eyes and shocked expression on his snout. Simply staring at his sidelines while the rest of her... Yeah, shouldn't Olivia have been a little bit more like, no, I don't... excited about seeing Naser? I just completely forgot that happened. Again, if she was the POV character, maybe you could have done something with that. Struggling to speak, I let out a cough before nodding. Yeah, bro. I smile as best I can. Really good to see you, too. He smiled, beginning to look away. Where's Olivia? I saw her name, and... Naser froze up. Head turned to the paraplegic Baryonyx. Whatever he was going to say clearly died in his snout. I guess the paper hadn't told him. After a few seconds of his stunned gaze, Olivia was surprisingly the one to speak first, claws fidgeting in her seat as she peered up. eyes unable to meet his. I know, sir. She tried her best to smile. I like how Anon tries his best to smile, and then she tries her best to smile, giving an unsure giggle. Long time no see, huh? More like short. Apparently, Anon is built like one of those corn-fed country motherfuckers at age 17. Anyone would be upset at him. It was Naser, his slender form perfectly framed by his horrible jacket, once again gazed into his gilded irises and the promise of so much more. Anon, you're twice the man's age. Come on. Naser went silent for a few moments, blinking as he looked out. When? The door reopened, and a familiar but cheerfully annoying voice spoke up, slightly out of breath.
Naser, you ran really fast, I almost couldn't catch up.
It was said like a compliment, but I couldn't help but sense some irked frustration within that sentence as a violently pink parasol exited the door. Another ghost standing beside me, prim and proper in a button-up shirt and pants with brown loafers, a pink tie around her neck, and equally... Yeah, this is what I was talking about. You did it so clean with Anon. Her hair blonde, not covered in blood like last I seen it. Hey, Naomi, are you going to put the blood back in your hair? I thought it looked really nice, a lick of red to go with your bow tie. Listen, I'll just cut my wrist and we'll make this work.
Holy shit, what are you doing?
I'm putting blood in your hair. Jesus, it's not that complicated. Oh, Naser apologized. Is this why they didn't fucking text? Is this the entire reason they didn't add each other on WhatsApp? Naser apologized, rubbing the back of his neck as he quietly glanced at Olivia, Baryonyx still peering down, trying to keep the saddened frown away from his... I exhausted all of my energy on talking this morning on Slug Blaster, so sorry. Fuck. I hoped things would go smoothly between the two of them, but I'm broken from my thoughts, realizing Naomi was talking to me.
Hello, you must be Anon,
she greeted, turning to Olivia.
And you're...
Olivia, she quickly answered, wheeling past Naser, as if to get away from the awkward situation.
Olivia, of course, we've been expecting you to.
Naomi peered at the pterodactyl.
Naser was overjoyed when he saw your names in the seat. He couldn't stop talking about you and Anon.
She then paused, and for a moment, I swear I could see an errant switch on the side of her muzzle as she stared. Oh, they're not even a couple? He's loyal? Anon is going to say, oh man, he's so loyal. What a loyal husband. I mean, boyfriend. I mean, friend I happen to have that happens to be a boy.
Especially about you.
Cool, Olivia simply said, keeping her gaze away from Naser. Naomi clasped her hands together with a smile.
Anyhow, welcome to Volcano High. I'm Naomi, student council president and your guide.
She then looked to Naser, pterodactyl, clearly distressed with his thoughts giving the same old something is bothering Naser look we both all knew too well.
Naser, is there something you should say?
Should say? Would like to say? He then perked up, as if remembering some unknown cues. He blinked. Right. He then looked to Olivia and I, but mostly Olivia, still unable to keep a gaze away from him. Well, we're the welcoming committee. Silence, peachy tyrant. Now perish. Olivia, I think we're gonna have to kill this Naomi. Dang. I catch a brief glimpse of Naomi's face. It quickly disappears. A frown on Naomi's face. It quickly disappears. She looks back to us with a smile, handing both of us a brochure.
Oh, I just had this prepared for the two of you.
Volcano High and you, a new beginning to adulthood. I resist the urge to gag, wanting to at least try to get along with Naomi this time around. Even if the whole attitude of her was just a facade, an act.
So why did both of you transfer here?
Naomi asked as we briefly read through the brochure, looking up at her. Engine, Olivia answered for us. Baryonyx, quick to realize that she hadn't really elaborated. I'm doing a program at Engine. Why don't we walk again? So we moved here. I saw the change in Nasa's eyes, snout tautening, and brows slanting as if in disbelief. And brows, or whatever. I kind of like the idea of Nasa's like, oh, I'll love you when your legs work, Some drama. We're not getting that, though. We're in Disneyland. It's a tiny world, after all. He then tried to speak. Olivia,
That's so good to hear that you're going to try your best,
Naomi exclaimed, holding her hands up by her open snout as her closed her eyes. You're just describing the fucking character art.
I'm sure you'll be glad to know that here at Volcano High we have all sorts of programs and benefits for paraplegic students that...
She just went on and on, and my mind just loaded that old software that tunes out her words as Olivia and I just blankly stared. Everything really was coming full circle. All that was left was...
Oh, you silly Anon, you can't destroy me with such basic methods. I'm a basic bitch. I'm immune to it. You're gonna have to think of something very elaborate. Oh, it'll be so fun when you finally figure it out. I have a ritual that requires at least 15 steps and pink candles.
Now all that was left was...
Why are you walking so slow, Reed?
I froze up. Yeah, like, sorry, Trish. A pause. I think someone slipped something in my scarf this morning. For those 2 seconds, I don't even dare turn around. Don't dare to peer and see what was behind me. It was only until I heard the third voice. Pretty sure it's because pretty sure it was because you were smoking carf. Slowly I inch my head to the side. Hold on. We need the dramatics. Slowly I inch my head to the side, peering over my shoulder to see a trio I could never forget. A velociraptor in a red tank top and black and ripped jeans, unconnected headphones hanging from the back of his neck. Reed. A triceratops, wearing a yellow hoodie and tight track pants, an O and X printed on the surface of her sweatshirt, like an incomplete tic-tac-toe game. Trish. And a pterodactyl with wings like a fallen angel, feathers and scales of grey with the lightest touch of azure. I would have gone with touch of the ocean, because, you know, ocean, nearby, respectively. Black top and tight pants, the latter ripped like broken butterflies, and a pair of boots that almost went up to the knees. A choker around her neck, as well as a skull pendant of some kind of small beaked animal resting between her perky chest. I just got the impression of some kind of tiny bird. For a moment I didn't dare think of a name, a cold numbness rising in my entire being. That's just your penis, Anon. It was only when I closed my eyes, regained my breath, that something had begun to happen. Recollections. Didn't Fang hate fuck Anon? Like she was sick and fucking tired of life, so she had a sex with him? Like I said, it's his penis. Skinny. How unnatural it sounded when she said that. As if only doing so because she had heard it by someone else. I guess you weren't that awful. She said that after the whole debacle with science class. Is that nicked? Oh God, you're such a dweeb. First time I told her my own favorite band. I found the nickname endearing. We're already in detention. What's a few more days? We're already in detention. What's a few more days? Those car windows were a lot tougher than people realized after which we got the fuck out of Dodge. Music's the only thing I've been decent at. Even then. I had interrupted then, along the lines, encouraging him to try something new. Looking back, that probably wasn't the right thing to do. Knowing there was still so much more she probably wanted to say. We gotta offend you, we gotta offend you, we gotta offend. The squeals of pure joy at Moe's restaurant were like a drug. Her wings like the soft... Well, it's because you're a fucking absolute clown. You were shit tier ending one Anon. You know, that's an idea. Ending one Anon, but he did ending 4, and it's just that everyone around him sucks so much ass, and he gets reincarnated, and it's just like pissed off at everyone for being shit. Yeah, I saved your life the first time, and you insisted on killing everyone anyway. Good job. Why are people candle posting at me? God, I'm on this twice in a row now. I wish you could have had that jam session with her after she taught me the most amazing things with the guitar. Oh no, no. Let me help you up. I could bring up my own recordings for this, actually. Too much work. It had hurt so much after falling down those stairs. She'd been the only one there to keeping me steady. You're such a fucking dweeb. She'd been the only one keeping me together. No, she's not! I don't know. Listen, I don't know about you, but what kept Anon together is that he didn't give a shit. I opened my eyes, catching her beautiful amber eyes, fiery orange disappearing in a blink, lids covered in purple and red makeup. Natural markings beneath her eyes like war paint, a short crest rising from the back of her head, decorated with a spiked collar. For a brief moment I realized I was standing where she stood when I first arrived in my past life. Having given me that stare, I rationalized that I rationalized to be contempt, judging. Oh no, there's a picture here we're not going to look at. Oh, it's Anon. Huh. Why is it Anon? Why is it Anon? In this life I found her again. Melancholic weirdo. Fang. Like rowing a boat, we enter the future backward. Oh, that's actually a very good quote. Too bad you don't deserve it. Fuck off. Let's go through those links. So, hey, we managed to do the chapter after all.
What a Christmas miracle.
Oh, yeah, there won't be another stream before Christmas, so I guess it is a Christmas miracle. You know, let's have a little sneak peek at chapter 13. Fortune favors the bold. Shit, it's a long... No, it's not a long one. It's that I haven't cut out the text yet. Again, all the ridiculous amount of blank spaces this does not need. Edit as HTML. It's another long one, and we're gonna meet Stella. 11,000 words. I bet you nothing fucking happens anyway. Something about an apology. Oh, hell yeah, we're bringing up the non-binary stuff. Anyway, let's go look at Scary Dave's links. If you want to read along, they're under the latest community post. Let's get rid of this music anymore. Bye-bye, recording people.